Son Goku is a very fun character to study. So much fun that he's the reason I've decided to start taking character analysis very seriously as I learn the ropes of how to do it myself instead of just watching others do it for me. Studying Son Goku has awakened, so to speak, this new drive to study every character and to think about what the characters are thinking in every piece of media I take in ever since. Now, I won't be doing a full character analysis anytime soon. Doing that would require watching and reading his entire story arc, volumes 1 to 42 of the manga, over and over, considering all of the little details and possible reasons for why I and others have such different ideas of how he thinks. Currently, I am on my third rewatch of the series and second run-through of the manga, and I mean that back to back. You can see on my Tumblr that it can't have been more than a month ago that I finished my second watch of the series with my sister, and already we are on episode 19 of Dragon Ball. This is the sort of dedication that it takes to do a full character analysis with as complete understanding of the character as is humanly possible. When I am done studying Son Goku and when Rick and Morty is complete, you can bet I'll be studying Rick Sanchez. Talk about accidental brilliance. 90% of the dialogue in Rick and Morty is ad-libbed, yet I challenge anyone to tell me that they don't have some of the most complex characterizations in recent media. In my quest to study Son Goku, I have been begging for debates and challenges from people who think of him differently from myself. After all, being forced to defend your ideas while keeping true to your principles is how you learn. Oh boy, did that turn out to be a mistake. Never mind how many people have called me a dubby.
Monster.
Well, maybe I could have done it when I was fresh, but I let the fight drag on so you could have a shot.
That ain't what you said.
That ain't what the fandom said the dub changed.
How much time?
This fandom lied to me about everything.
Or how many people have moved the goalpost, or how many people have strawmanned my arguments. Never mind the amount of people who get upset if you challenge them to be a little introspective to figure out why they believe what they believe. Never mind all that. Let's instead talk about some of the biggest misconceptions I have seen in regards to what are Goku's true motivations. In no particular order. What triggered this video was an anonymous ask I got on Tumblr recently challenging my views of Goku as a good guy and a hero. Nice quotes there, buddy. I see that passive-aggressive sass. Don't think I don't. By stating that Goku's motivation to fight Frieza was purely out of wanting to fight a strong opponent, and that Goku had zero care of what happened to Krillin, Gohan, and the Namekians. See, this is one that I see a lot. A claim that, quite frankly, is very easy to dispute with one line from the manga. But don't worry, I'm not one to take things out of context when using one line to prove my point. The moment Goku lands on Namek, he is searching out the ki of his friends and son, and when he feels them dying against stronger ki, what is his response? Look at his expression, at the pose that he's in. He's angry, he's upset, he's worried, and he's yelling at the sky, "Stay alive, son, Daddy's coming, more powerful than ever." And when he gets to them, no time is wasted. Immediately, Goku is at Gohan's side and is trying to feed him a senzu. Next, he gives one to Krillin. His priorities were set and we see them in this moment. He landed on Namek to help Krillin, Bulma, and Gohan. They were his main concern. If his main concern were to have fun fights against strong people, then instead of exclaiming, "Stay alive, son, Daddy's coming, more powerful than ever," we would have seen a comment about wanting to fight those larger keys that he felt. If saving his son were an afterthought, taking the back seat to another motivator, then why did he scream this? As is, it's a reasonable headcanon to think Goku's motivation here was to fight the Ginyu Force, but there is more evidence to suggest that Goku wanted to save his friends and son. On to the one line I was talking about which proves that anon wrong along with its context. After Chase flies off to get Captain Ginyu and after Vegeta kills Recoome and Burter, something Goku was visibly upset about I might add, Vegeta goes off to Goku about how much weaker than Frieza he still stands. Goku seems very conflicted about this. We all know this much about Goku. He loves fighting powerful opponents, so the more Vegeta eggs him on about how awesome Frieza's power is and how it dwarfs Goku's by comparison even now, the more Goku wants to fight Frieza. There's no doubt about it. When it comes to Goku wanting to fight a powerful opponent simply for the joy of the fight and the challenge to beat someone stronger than him, this is one of the single highest moments. Yet look at how he responds. Vegeta says, "I thought you were going to fight Frieza." Goku tells him, "Well, I want to, but to tell the truth, the Lord of the Worlds, King Kai, told me not to fight him too. I think first I'd better bring the guys you killed on Earth back to life." Goku has better sense than to go chasing down Frieza regardless of what their original plans were. Goku has better sense than to ignore what he was told by King Kai. Goku has better sense than to give in to his desires at the cost of everything Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma were fighting for. He has his priorities in order. Good people are not good because they have no desires for themselves. They're good because they set aside their desires. Goku's honest nature leads him to being an open book, so of course we as the audience and even other characters know exactly what Goku's desires are, but even Jesus was tempted in the Christian Bible. At the end of the day, with this one line, Goku proves that he prioritizes the lives of his friends over his want to fight a strong opponent. Not to mention how when he did eventually start to fight Frieza, it was in defense of Gohan, Krillin, and Piccolo. Still on Frieza, since we're here, let's take a look at when Goku decided to let Frieza finish powering up. Firstly, don't even try to tell me that that line doesn't mean anything. Back on topic though. When King Kai tries to convince Goku to kill Frieza while he's powering up, Goku snaps and goes off in volume 11 of DBZ, page 114. I'm going to avenge Kuriren's death. He died twice. He can't come back to life anymore. He was my best friend. More than that, he was a really good guy, and Frieza killed him. Read this entire section of the manga and you'll see that dissecting Goku's motivation in this instance is very much so up to interpretation and is much more up for debate than what this fandom will have you believe. Goku wasn't whining, but King Kai, I wanna fight him! Goku was heartbroken over Krillin's death. He wanted Frieza to lose and suffer by his hand, knowing he was beaten fair and square by a Saiyan who was raised on Earth with a pure heart that was awoken by rage and fury. There is evidence to suggest that Goku chose to wait and allow Frieza to power up out of wanting a good fight, but there is also evidence that this was the result of a man who internalizes his grief, snapping at having too much build up inside him at once. Goku's motivation in this instance is very 50-50, and there is no definite right answer, only opportunity for debate and discussion with both sides having evidence to back them up. Personally, I find the evidence that this instance being 50-50 is representative of Goku's war to keep to himself more powerful and more in line with everything else I understand of this character up to this point, so I choose to believe King Kai as he spoke what I was thinking when Goku told Frieza, I'm waiting for you to reach full power, Frieza. I want to beat you while you're at your best, so you'll have no regrets as a warrior. You wanted it this way, didn't you? Or else you would have fired at the planet again, and that would have been it. He's not Son Goku anymore. He's the warrior of rage. A Super Saiyan. Moving on from that emotional roller coaster that I always get caught feeling my heart beat faster as I read or watch those scenes.
Can we get back to politics? Please? Yo.
Let's go back in time a bit to when Goku gave Piccolo Jr. a senzu. Time and time again, I've been told that Goku's line about wanting to keep Kami alive was just a throwaway, oh, I'm not being bad, honest line used to throw everyone off, and his true intention was wanting a fight with a powerful opponent and to have Piccolo Jr. as a rival in the future. I have been told that arguing otherwise is simply arguing headcanon. Challenge accepted! Let's read the manga again and look at the Tenkaichi Budokai where this takes place. How many signs before the moment where Goku says both of those lines are there of Goku being excited to fight Piccolo simply for wanting a fight and nothing else at all? Alright, so first we have this scene, where when watching Piccolo Jr. in the preliminaries, Goku thinks to himself about how strong Piccolo Jr. is and he smirks. Alright, that's fair. It's a visual story and the visuals matter. Looks like Goku seems interested in seeing how strong Piccolo Jr. is. After that, I don't have anything. I tried really hard, you guys. I really believe that the thought of Goku wanting Piccolo Jr. as a rival came after the fight and was the actual afterthought in this scenario. So let's put the other one under the same scrutiny. Let's look for signs of Goku wanting to keep Kami alive. Well, this is easy. There's an entire conversation that supports this. Observe pages 167 and 170 of Dragon Ball Volume 15. Notice what happens here? Kami figures that Goku knows that if Piccolo Jr. dies, he too shall die, and Goku's response is that he is going to find a way to beat Piccolo Jr. without killing him. Goku has decided right here that he is going to beat Piccolo Jr. without killing him because he doesn't want Kami to die. Now that you know this, I don't believe you'll be able to finish him. I don't believe you'll be able to bring your whole body and soul into it. Kami knew that Goku would do this, and that is why he's here. Goku's response to Kami stating as a fact that he will beat Piccolo and not Goku is, I don't like the sound of that. You better not be planning to die to defeat him. Kami responds by assuring Goku even God treasures his own life. Goku was worried for Kami's life, not for whether or not he would have a good fight. This is also supported by his reactions to Kami getting sucked into the jug by the Mafuba. Look at his expressions. Look how he demands Piccolo Jr. give him the jug that contains Kami. Look at how Piccolo Jr. taunts him and how Goku reacts to it. Unless you kill me, you will never hold this jug. But if you kill me, he dies too. What a dilemma, eh? Son Goku cared very much for Kami and wanted Kami to live through this, and Piccolo Jr. knew that. The story continues with Goku asking for suggestions on how to get Kami out of the jug that the Mafuba forced him into. Goku is concerned, very concerned, with Kami's well-being. Right, so after the fight on page 196 of volume 16, Goku stops Kami from killing Piccolo, and when Kami says, "It will all happen again," Goku responds with, "Then I'll just have to beat him again. I'm not gonna let you kill yourself." It isn't until after he gives Piccolo a sensu that he says to Piccolo, "If I let you die, Kami would die too. Besides, I don't like the idea of losing my archenemy yet." So after that in-depth look into Goku's motivations for keeping Piccolo Jr. alive, tell me, who's the one who's basing their ideas on headcanon? Who's the one that's clinging to a single line that was thrown in at the end? Honestly, I don't blame anyone for thinking that Goku's motivation here was purely wanting a rival. After all, the fandom has told everyone on repeat that Goku is a selfish jerk who never thinks about anything or prioritizes anything above having a good fight. But when reading the full manga and not just taking random lines out of context, you can see that that way of thinking is fanon, a headcanon accepted by a majority of the fanbase, and quite frankly, y'all are backwards. Y'all are very backwards. We're reaching past my usual 10-minute mark, so I think I'll leave that there, at 3 really big ones. There are others that I can go into, believe me, but there's a video that we'll be releasing on a certain other channel sometime soonish that touches lightly on a couple others, and of course I poked at the letting Gero live situation on my Why I Don't Think Goku is Selfish video. I'll probably revisit this topic if other scenes are brought to my attention and if this proves to be well liked. Hint hint, like the video if you want more content like this. But then again, what do I know? I can't speak or read Japanese.